Hey everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Imagination Megapark. Now we're doing 2 episodes per area now. We've covered the Desert of Doom, the Lava Land, so now it's once again time to focus on Marshmallow Mountain. Now so far in Marshmallow Mountain we've made this chocolate themed area with these chocolate rivers, lots of candy and cake strewn around, and here in the middle I've built Marshmallow Mountain. Now over here, I think I'm going to build a little town, and here maybe we'll have some sort of sugary forest, but all the options are still open. Now what I want to focus on today is building a roller coaster which travels all around this mountain. I think it will be a looping roller coaster, and on several spots like over here, I think we can make some nice looking loops that are visible from all around. Now, before I do any building, I think it's once again time to name some handymen after people who commented on the last Imagination Megapark video. So let's do that first. Okay, here you can see the names of the people or the commenters I've chosen to be a handyman in the park. Yeah, thanks for commenting. Keep those nice comments coming, and get back to work, guys. Alright, before I start working on the coaster, yeah, there's something in this area which I don't really like, and that's this path thing here. Yeah, I don't really like the way it looks here. I think it's a bit too noisy, and I'd rather replace it with something else. Now, I've already tried out a few path styles before I started this video, so I think I'm going to change it all to this green path. Alright, the path now looks a whole lot less noisy. I think it's a bit more pleasant to look at now. I'm just going to add in a few splotches of brown, just to make it a little bit less regular. And I think that will just make it look a little bit yeah, more fun to look at. Let's also do a few over here. I'm not going too close to these fences, or else I'll have to, the paths will disconnect here, and I'll have to fix them up again, and do that again. So this will have to do. Now, something which I actually did in between episodes is that I actually installed a rotating platform over here. I also made this wooden coaster track in between, and I think that makes this platform look a little bit more complete. Alright, I think it's now time to actually start on the coaster. Now, I think it will be fun to actually have the coaster start in this in the top of this mountain here, somewhere here on the side. We can probably make a station that sort of looks like this platform here, so it could jut out of the rock here, and I think that could be a nice start for the coaster. And then it will just go around this mountain here. Maybe also have a tunnel inside somewhere. We'll have to see. I'll see what fun elements I can come up with for this coaster. Okay, it looks like there has been an incident on Corona. Oh dear. I better close this ride. I'm not really sure what happened here, but it looks like one car didn't make it over for some reason. Not really sure why this happened, but heck, I'll just reopen it. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe 2 cars actually collided here on this part, since they do come pretty close together, but I don't really feel like fixing it. So I'll just reopen the ride and pretend nothing happened, and we will see if it later crashes again, and then maybe I'll do something about it. Okay, the layout of the looping coaster is now completed. So here inside we have the station. Here there's a short chain lift leading upwards. Then the train travels down and switches direction twice. Finally here there's this a sharp bend upwards again. Then the train travels through another helix into this tunnel. Now I've decided to keep this sections inside the mountain pretty simple, since I'm not going to decorate inside the mountain anyway. Now over here we have a pair of loops, and the coaster travels through them at a nice gentle speed. Here's another helix downwards, and then there's this underground section, some brakes, and then here there's the first launch section. Little airtime hill, then there's a pair of loops. Here's another turnaround, little hill upwards, and then finally here's the last launch, and from there just upwards into the station. Now I could have extended the layout further if I wanted, but these launches aren't very powerful. It takes a long time for the looping coaster launches to actually accelerate the train to a nice speed. So yeah, I just left it like this, because I didn't want to have a launch even later in the track layout, because then it would be pretty difficult to actually get the train up this elevation. Maybe I could have extended here a bit, but I'm happy with how far this layout extends. Now, the first thing I'm going to do now is just connect the entrance and exit to this path over here. Now, I already said I'm not going to decorate inside the mountain, and this part will not be visible anyway. So I'm just going to keep this path simple. So yeah, let's just choose this path tile. Maybe I'll go for these tiles, and I'll just simply connect to this path here. Let me put the height markers on the path, so we're at 82.5 here. And we connect like so. Maybe it'll also be nice to have this path in these tiles. It doesn't really matter in the end, but since we don't really care about the inside of this mountain, but I'll just repaint them, because I think it looks a little bit nicer. Now let's repaint them up till here, because over here is the entrance, and I want it to look like it's dark in here. Alright, and then we just have to connect up the queue. Now, since I want this to be simple, I'll just meander the queue here a little bit, like so. We can just use this path. Actually, let's use this style, because then we'll have some railings around the queue. Now, let's see. I don't want it to extend out here, but I think we're fine here. Let me use the cutaway view, just to check where we are with the outside. You can see we're pretty close to the actual marshmallows here. I don't want it to clip through the marshmallows, then maybe it would actually be visible. So, oh, actually, when we look like this, it's not actually visible. So I'm just going to continue making a queue. Now I wanted to hold quite a few people. By the way, you may notice that when you have a park with a huge amount of people, we now have 3,000 guests. As soon as we open this ride, guests will flock towards this ride. And the reason they do that is probably because when guests have a map, they will try to find the next ride to pick. And the next ride they want to go on is usually a ride which they haven't been on yet. And since a lot of these guests have been in the park for quite some time, they will already have done most of the rides. So as soon as you open a new ride, for many guests that will actually be one of the few rides that are still left to do. So then they will all head towards it. That's also why then after several in-game years of gameplay, when most guests have also ridden this coaster, it will not be as crowded anymore. But yeah, that's just the effect of opening a new ride on the guests. Alright, I think this queue is long enough. It will probably not be long enough to handle the initial rush of guests that want to go to it, but it should be good for now. Now let's see which color we chose for the ride names here. It's this pink, and it's light pink. So for the ride name, we will also type here light pink, and the name of the coaster will be MarshMallooper. I think that will be a nice name for this coaster. Alright, we should soon see a lot of guests heading for the ride. We can maybe already see it when we check if this is guest thinking about MarshMallooper. We can already see it. So right now there's 250 guests, or now it's 270 guests heading for MarshMallooper, and yeah, this number will increase quickly. Now it's already over 300. So yeah, that's the inrush effect. So the effect of opening up a ride in a large park. Alright, there's something else that I want to do for this ride. Currently now all these supports are brown. I think it will look pretty fun if we alternate colors for these supports. So I will just choose maybe 3 colors, and I will just color all these supports in these 3 different colors. Okay, these supports now all have new colors. Now something which I also quickly did was add a new train to the ride and another block section, which you can see over here. The amount of guests heading for this ride right now is pretty crazy. So I think an extra train will help this coaster actually handle that amount of guests. You can see the extra train over here, and here you can see the extra block section. And I think everything is timed nicely, that these trains never have to wait anywhere. Here's the second block section. So I believe as soon as this train should soon head for the chain lift over here, and this train should have cleared the block section just in time so that this train doesn't have to wait on the top of the chain lift. So yeah, I think all in all that's pretty efficient. Now I think that's going to be all the building I'm going to do for this episode. I didn't do as much detailing, landscaping as I usually do, but that's because this roller coaster wraps around a lot of the detailing that I did in a previous episode. I must say I do like these tunnel entrances here for the station of this coaster. Now I do still want to add an entertainer to the park, or a patron to the park in the form of an entertainer. So I'm quickly going to build a path here on top of this loop, and then put entertainer on top of them. Alright, as you could see, it can be really tricky sometimes to get an entertainer in a position where it looks nice from all angles. But I think I found the position. I'll just scoot them up a little bit so it looks better from this angle. Alright, this should be the right spot. Alright, I think this is acceptable. Now we got a new patron, so I will immediately name this entertainer after him. Right, Jan McCabe Costa, thanks for becoming a patron. It's really appreciated, and I really hope you enjoy your spot here on top of the loop. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching me build, and we'll finish this video with a ride on the new coaster. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving this video a like. And of course, if you want to see more of these videos, you can always subscribe. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.